All right, boys, we're back. We got cut off. We're back at it though. So the last matchup we got to talk about Alex and Dre.
I mean, talk about a scrub matchup, bro.
What up, baby?
Terrible, terrible, terrible. You talk Dre, Burrow, ate shit. Or
Higgins.
3 points,
Higgins.
0 points. Goose egg.
Oh, so
Jackson.
Shaking my neck.
it's not good. Alex really. Alex faction always winning by
81
luck.
points he won.
What is Alex was saying? He just like drafted a fucking awesome team or something.
Yeah, it was not good.
Not good.
I
It was
mean,
not good.
81 points. I would have beat him.
Jalen Hurts, 12 points. AJ Brown almost had the same amount with 11. So
I mean, New England defense too. They're good, so they had probably a great game plan for Jalen Hurts, but no, yeah, he scraped by with this win. You know.
I thought Mike Evans, 15 points was interesting for Dre. I didn't know what the usage would be, especially all
With him.
Yeah,
Yeah, especially with what's going on in
Trades.
Tampa Bay. Yeah, for sure.
Trades here. Baker's
That wasn't bad for him, but otherwise Philly held him down too. I mean,
And what's going to happen with Garrett Wilson now going forward now that Rodgers is hurt? That's a big question mark. And let's take a look at his depth. JSN, he's hurt. Romeo Dubs, okay. He's decent. He had a good week. Let's see if he can.
I mean, Garrett Wilson's Garrett Wilson at the end of the day. So I mean, all you really need is
you gotta have to
Wilson.
roll him out. Yeah,
That touchdown catch was fucking nice.
Exactly.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, you know how you saw him bounce the ball back into his like possession right there. That was great.
Next level, bro. Next level.
I think Barkley's gonna do better next. The game script definitely wrote him off this week. You know,
They have the Cardinals. The Cardinals aren't trying to win games. That should be a good.
that should be good. But he's got problems over there. I think with Pacheco and his other running backs. Man, it's not really looking great. Deion Jackson, he's gonna be done. He's done.
And he's got Perrine on the bench and Breida. How old is Breida?
Breida is the cuff for Barkley. I'm sure that's the only reason he has him, but that's not. Some cuffs are not even worth having, and I feel like
Sometimes they're not. But I mean, you never know. Barkley did get hurt too, didn't he?
Don't even speak those words into it. You got two guys. You're outnumbered.
So I think Alex got a good team. I think McLaurin was a little iffy because of his toe, getting dipped in his toe in. Amari Cooper, that was a shitty game with the rain, right? So there's not much to tell there.
Chubb is just locking, he's holding down his whole team. But let's talk about Madison, though. Are you guys big on him? Because I am not. And if you take away that one receiving touchdown, he has a 34-yard rush day with 3 catches that is like negligible. So
it wasn't pretty.
He's nothing to write home about, in my opinion.
It wasn't pretty. And I think with the emergence of Breece Hall too, so earlier, I was not expecting that.
He looked like
that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt Dalvin Cook.
He looked gassed too. I don't think he has the endurance.
That's the one thing. Yeah, he lost gas on that big run that he should have scored a touchdown on, but the vision is there, the cut is there, agility is there. So you expect him to only get better throughout the season. And I mean, you're talking about a guy that would have won Rookie of the Year at running back last year before he got hurt. So he's got
maybe got like comfortable or something, but you can't get comfortable now. It's crunch time.
But I think that's good. Breece Hall emerging so early is gonna hurt Cook value.
Yes.
So
yes. Well, you also factor in Cook just got there like 2 weeks ago, so he doesn't have the practice reps in and
the chemistry with the team.
That factors in. That plays a role. I thought Myers was a really pleasant surprise for Alex. I didn't think he was gonna ball out like that.
Like that especially with the new quarterback on there.
Yeah, and Devontae is going to get the double team. So if he's able to really make
Alex doesn't even know who Myers is. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that was just a name he picked up off the palm sheet and he walked out.
But the rest of his team is lackluster.
Oh yeah, Gallup drop.
Why do you have Gallup? Ford?
I really like Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown combo.
That's a good stack.
That's a really solid combo to have.
Did you notice how many Cleveland Browns players does he have on his squad?
Yo, If you're a
One,
Browns fan, you
two,
do that, bro.
3,
So
4. 4 players. What are you, fuck,
that's
Cleveland Brown?
that's wild, bro. His team's about to look like a Cleveland Brown. Anyway, so that's the matchups from last week. I went 5-1. Hopefully this week I have similar outcomes, but I think we should dive into some fab spendings. I think we have a lot to talk about from this past day and overnight of what happened. So I'm just gonna pull that up here on my list. So first one being Joshua Kelly, $26 waiver, and that's out of This Is Jamaica. Who's that? That's Clay.
Yeah, that Clay with 26 was it or 25?
26 winning offer.
25 was Kyron Williams from Mario. What do you guys think about that?
I mean,
Listen, I think Kevin should have spent that much up for Joshua Kelly.
now
That's
that
what
I
I
look at
think.
Having Eckler,
definitely
yeah, that would make a little bit more
100%,
sense.
100%. I'll give it this. This was my first time going into the FAB, so I was just working the first week just to see how I dip my toes. What I should have done is fucking dope the fuck in and put in. But even so, I don't even think I would have put $25. The most I probably would have put would be like maybe 15, 20 at most.
And he went 26% because he probably figured people are gonna put 25%. I'm gonna go $1 more and make sure I secure this. So he wanted it, he got him.
I put this in the chat. Watch, people are gonna be studying the strategy. What number you guys chose for these waivers? And
this bid right there just set the tone for the whole season. Now you don't know what the fuck somebody's gonna put. You know.
So I have two trains of thought. I get what you're saying about the fab thing. This is new for everyone. I didn't really know what I was doing either, but I'm thinking about it like this. Like those big opportunities for these players that actually make an impact and difference, like that happens in the first few weeks. So I get blowing your load on the fab early on, but you don't feel comfortable at the end of the day knowing that somebody can just outbid the shit out of you on someone that ends up
and it's a right now RB2, considering the injury that
he looked good. Joshua Kelly looked good. The offensive line is good. The offense is good. Now,
he got a lot of snaps in. He got way too many snaps in.
What does that mean for Eckler, bro?
You think? I mean, hopefully he's got a good backup. Give Eckler that time to rest. By the time I can make it to the playoffs, he should be ready to go.
But like for that situation to be $26, and then you have Kyron Williams, who was just $1 cheaper.
Yeah. How do you? Yeah. Why do you compare that?
Rash. The Rams suck in general, so that was a big spend by Mario. I really don't really.
But even Dre, right? No, Clay even spent $22 on him too.
Oh, did he? I don't even have that up.
Well, Clay's desperate. Clay's desperate because he lost Dobbins.
The offer under him was $22 by Clay.
Oh wow!
And then Dre went for 15, so he was looking at him too.
Clay is definitely hitting the panic button. That's all that means. That's what that tells me. Then you got so Andre, I believe that's guaranteed satisfaction. Is that right? Justice Hill, $10 from Baltimore. What do you guys think about that?
Listen, it's a gamble.
It's a gamble, man.
It's a dice because they got Melvin Gordon, which the coach said he was going to elevate him to.
He just did
to the squad. Oh, there you go. So and you know how much they love them. They played them last year too. So it's I don't know.
I want nothing to do with that backfield. Gordon, Justice Hill, Gus Edwards, Lamar Jackson's RB1. Let's face it. It depends what this offensive coordinator, like how he wants to utilize him. But
for 10 pesos, I don't think that's bad.
But good luck. Each week you're guessing who's going to be the guy, and I want nothing to do with that.
Yeah. Phil, let me ask you, what was your why'd you go for Johnson for $1? Just for shits and giggles?
I figured people were gonna be cheap, and
who's that?
That's the backup for the Bears.
Yeah, that's a good little
and I figured I had like so many running backs that I wasn't really looking to get another cuff versus so I already got Mostert, Ryan Robinson plus McCaffrey. I wasn't really looking to start him, but I could see a path for him.
For
Yeah.
$7, you're not breaking the bank. I actually think that's a pretty good dart throw.
No, he didn't get him at 7. Someone else got him at 7.
Someone else did. No. So who's
Clay.
Clay got him.
Clay? Oh, Clay got him at 7.
Clay got him at 7.
But
Clay almost had all three.
That's
Yeah,
he's hitting that panic button, baby.
My man does not want to be Murph, so you got to give it to him. He does not want to be
on
Murph.
the bet, Clay. I want to know what the bet is going to be, bro. I can't do everything for this league. Give me some ideas, my dude. But anyway, what was I going to say about that? Here's the thing. A player like that, yes, it could pan out later down the road, but we're talking about later down the road. So that's going to clog up a valuable spot on your bench. You're going to be.
You could collect a few L's that way, and that might be harder to come back for at the end of the season. I feel wins are easier once you get them in the beginning. Still, I got 5 wins 1 year in a row, and I didn't make playoffs.
You started hot that year.
But like you can get those wins and be kind of comfortable, but
you get a little too comfortable. You get
exactly. Yep. And then the ball came crashing down quick.
Yeah, that was the Miley Cyrus wrecking ball year.
Yeah, I mean, I think Clay got to be focused on players that can help him win now, especially since he lost. I think he lost, right? He lost the first.
Damn right.
And I mean, he lost double because he lost a starting running back too. So Roschon Johnson, if it gives him any value, it's gonna be like week 6, week 5, and by then my man is in Murph, Phil, can get.
Barring
let me know, Clay. I got you, baby. Talk to me.
Do you think Clay is in Murph contention?
No, let me see. Let me look at his squad again.
A lot of panic happening, man. That's all I'm saying.
Look at his squad again. I mean, my man's starting block, Purdy right there. So,
I mean, I've seen
his running backs are not great. So he's desperate.
I did I did like the pickup from Mario getting Rashid Shaheed. Despite sounding like a terrorist, I thought that was a pretty good pickup. I mean, Derek Carr specifically called him out on that game-winning touchdown and said, "Just run."
I hate that.
Yeah, that was.
He's got Devon. No, wait. He doesn't.
It should have been Olave. It should have been Olave. Seriously,
but it was
bro.
This guy. So interesting. What else do we got? We got Alex $4 on Kendrick Bourne. You could have spent $0 and got him. I think that's old Patriots. Good luck with that. I mean, he had a good week, but are you going to get that every week? If so, awesome, nice value. But I don't think that's happening. And then
at least Ali dropped Sky Moore, right? He picked up his boy, A-Rob.
I think so. Dude, besides for having a stripper name, I mean, he's like useless. They didn't use him last year. Why? What made you think that they'd use him this year?
1 more year added on. Maybe he's grown. Maybe. Let me ask you, Artie. How hurt were you when you saw that update today that Emma picked up Hunt?
Who? Cleveland? Who did he pick
up?
No,
Hunt. Kareem Hunt.
Oh, he did pick up Hunt. That's right. Listen,
you said you were waiting for 1 more week.
I was.
Emma, what are you doing, Emma? You gotta pick up players that's gonna help you now, baby. This is players for people like Paul, like people that won, man.
One of those situations where you got your eye on someone, but you don't know who to drop for them because it's so early on. You're like, all right, so 1 week.
Wait, we'll see if he's there next week, and then
Yeah, you know what? Who knows? Emma needs to win now, like you said. So Hunt might find himself back in the free agency if he doesn't sign with the team. But he's the one guy that I think is capable of helping a team ASAP if there's an injury. So it'll be interesting if Jonathan Taylor gets traded and they call this guy up to the Colts. Something like that could easily happen. So definitely something to keep an eye on.
I think another petty move is Ali picking up a quarterback.
Who do you get?
Jordan Love.
He got Jordan Love while Hugo's still streaming quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I don't hate that pickup. I think that's a pretty savvy pickup.
No, it's good. It's a good pick, but for somebody.
No quarterbacks for Hugo.
But for somebody that has already Patrick Mahomes, why are you picking up Love?
Funny story, though. Funny story. He dropped Isaiah Hodgins, right? And before he left the draft, it was one more pick left. He wrote down 2 players on the name. It was Hodgins and somebody else. He's like, oh, if no one picks this guy, I'm like, bro, ain't nobody picking him. Don't worry. Locked in. Sure enough, after week one, he's on the free agency. So drafting, bro. Nice. Palm, though, picking up Tajay Spears off of free agency. We talked about, the usage from week one. That could be a sneaky good pickup too. What's happening over there in Tennessee that they want to split carries so much? Are they just, seeing what Tajay Spears has? Are they seeing a little injury from D. Henry? I don't know.
I think they're lowering his workload, injury concern, but we'll see.
Bro, he gets like 350 carries a season. That's gotta weigh down on him, wear and tear wise. I don't know. We'll see. All right. So then that's pretty much the main fab from this week. So definitely some eyebrow raising ones, but
that's week one. We'll see how week 2 plays out,
You guys overreactions. For sure, a lot of overreactions, but we'll see what pays out and what don't. We never know.
You guys feel like it was like a weak free agency / waiver class this week? Like I feel like in prior years, early in the season, there was that like big name that like, all right, everyone's going for this person. I didn't really feel like that was this.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I guess I went Eckler first round too. Like Jefferson would have been the name that I thought was standing out this year, but it wasn't really out there that much. And running back game this year is kind of short, or it's getting shorter.
For sure. Okay.
But thinking about your running back with a bum ankle, don't you wish you would have gone JJ, bro? Now
Absolutely.
you have these doubts
after week one, I'm definitely saying that. Absolutely. I definitely would have rather taken JJ.
So interesting, just like how many strategies there are and how many different routes and paths you can take to get to that end result. So that's the beauty of it. It's pretty cool. Okay, let's transition into this week's week 2 predictions. So we're gonna go through each matchup like we do, and we're gonna actually make our predictions.
Start with yours and Clay.
We'll start with mine, and then I'll tell you who I think is going to win. Then you guys go, and then we'll kind of keep tabs so that we see who has the best record at the end of the year. And I think that'll be a cool way to do it. So my matchup with Clay. All right. So I got quarterback Trevor Lawrence going up against Kansas City. He's got Brock Purdy against the Rams. We saw Rams are very capable shutting down the Seahawks last week. Kansas City defense is also good. But I feel like Trevor Lawrence really has a lot to prove this week. They're going up against Kansas City. They always come to play against those former champions. I like my matchup a little bit more than Clay's. Then we got CeeDee Lamb against the Jets. He's got Jamar Chase against Baltimore. I have Christian Kirk against Kansas City. He's got Calvin Ridley against against Kansas City. I got Zay Flowers against Cincy, and he's got DK Metcalf against Detroit. I'm not going to be a homer. He's got a better wide receiver room. Those are some big.
Does have a better, I guess name-wise, Chase, but look at it. Chase didn't perform week 1.
Listen, Ridley. Go ahead, Kev. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I mean, Ridley could hold it down for him, and Metcalf is always just a problem, He's, like you said, he's got a strong core. But if I'm looking at your team, I'm picking yours, I think, because I don't know, I just feel Trevor Lawrence and Kirk gotta pick something up. They can definitely work together, and
that'll be nice, man. I'm
hold you down, and you definitely got. Yeah, you do.
Listen, I don't think Chase is gonna, and Chase and Burrow for that matter, I don't think they're gonna have 2 bad weeks in a row. The only problem is it's another divisional game against Baltimore, who we know they play tough. So Baltimore's got a stud defense. Chase might be the point of emphasis there. So I'm a little uneasy about that matchup because I could easily see a rebound game out of Jamar Chase. So I'm a little nervous about that.
Yeah, that too.
I mean, I'm looking at it right here. I think the game script definitely helps the Jags, right? I mean, Trevor Lawrence, because you got to throw it to keep up with Pat Mahomes, right? At that game, yeah. And Clay's running back is going to be his downfall. So I can't see him winning.
That's what
I know.
jumps out to me too. I mean, Jamar Gibbs against Seattle. Seattle doesn't have a great defense. We saw what Gibbs is capable of with a short amount of carries. They're gonna work him in. Same thing with Bijan Robinson. We alluded to that earlier in the podcast, so we won't spend too much time there. I saw a report that Freiermuth is hurt for
both of your tight ends are kind of hurting there, so
that
might affect both of you.
I didn't see a Freiermuth practice, but I saw Schultz practice. But honestly, Schultz might find his way on the free agency next week. I'm waiting to see. I'll give him one more week, but I'm not in love with this guy. Yeah, and then
Schultz is a leg injury where Freiermuth says it's a chest. So
yeah, but he's got Kincaid, which is a serviceable tight end.
He actually had some good usage last week. It was like the same amount as Knox, which was
so that could work out.
They use him in the slot too, which is interesting.
Listen, Clay needs to survive until Kamara gets back. He needs to survive, and I don't see him surviving this week, so that's another L.
If he can survive, he's going to be in a great position with Kamara coming back. Because of that running back room, I also give myself the nod. And let's talk about defense too. I have the Commanders going up against Denver. I'm not big on Russ Wilson. I'm not big against Denver or on Denver rather. So I can see some solid points out of Washington there. He's got Kansas City defense going up against Jacksonville. And we alluded to Jacksonville having that high power offense. It's going to be a slugfest and a battle between two Titans, I think, in that matchup. But ultimately, I think I'm going to pull that one out. So moving on to Phil's matchup, he's going up against Hugo. So let me just pull that up real quick.
Oh, hold on. Let me pull that up too to be ready because I'm ready for that. I'm ready for that beef.
So Hugo, he's got Jared Goff against Seattle. You
think Richardson is holding you down this week, Phil?
You put
who's that?
You think Richardson is going to hold you down?
Well, I don't know if I'm going to play Richardson. You know, I'm still debating. I just put that up for a little mind games. You know, because
okay.
Bills against Tampa Bay though. That's not a dream matchup either, though.
I there's a lot of thinking to do, but we could go either or. But anyways. I'm not afraid of Goff.
Houston.
What if you're
don't sleep on Houston? They're gritty.
What about your tight end though? Tight end. What if he doesn't play?
He practiced. He practiced today.
Waller's banged up too, so it's kind of mush there.
Yeah.
He's got Jake Ferguson on the bench. You got Likely, who I'm surprised you didn't drop.
Well, I tried, but I definitely got outbid today.
Let's look at your matchups at wide receiver. You got Olave at Carolina. We saw what's his name, J.C. Horn. He's hurt. He's hurt.
Clay, talk to me, Clay. He hurt. Your boy hurt, Clay.
He's got Diggs at Las Vegas. You got Pittman at Houston. He's got Devonta Smith against the Vikings. Zay Jones. Let's see what happens with that.
Well, we don't know if it's Zay Jones going to be on the lineup because I got my boy Christian Watson over there being a little soft with his hamstrings.
I do like the Addison ad though.
Addison, I like Addison, man. So
I like Addison. He shined this weekend.
Phil, I'm going with Hugo's wide receiver room over yours, bud. I like his names and I like how Addison is playing. There's a ton of targets over in Minnesota, and I think he's going to benefit from there. Running backs wise, you got McCaffrey at the Rams. That's going to be a hard matchup, but McCaffrey's basically matchup proof. You got Brian.
Going against Pollard though. Pollard too.
Against the Jets, though. Pollard's going.
Yeah, he's going against the Jets, so that's a tough matchup.
Yeah,
that's lucky. You got lucky.
Brian Robinson at Denver. That's a tough matchup too. I don't like Denver, but I'll give their defense credit. They're decent. And then Ramondre against Miami. Ramondre is getting touches stolen by Zeke. Offensive line is banged up. I'm going with Phil's running back room here. I like McCaffrey and Robinson a little bit. I like Stevenson and Pollard.
Definitely.
What do you guys feel about that?
Yeah, I like his running back core over Hugo's right now, but
No, listen, I think Robinson's gonna get the goal lines carries. So whenever they get up there, they might just give it to him.
Mhm.
So and Stevenson, he might get vultured a lot this season. So we'll see.
Now, what about your defenses though? You got the Jets going up against Dallas. I mean, is that a
That's
concern?
I mean, I thought about it changing it, which I also thought about changing against Buffalo, and I didn't. And they did pretty well. And I believe in that D. And you know, you gotta chuck that game out, man. It's Dak. Dak is interception king. He might just that might be an overreaction. So I'm gonna let it ride. I'm
Let
gonna
me
let
let
it.
me let me play devil's advocate though. If Zach Wilson is unable to move the chains and be efficient with the quarterback, with the with the football, he's doing turnovers, this and that. That game can get out of hand easily, and the Jets could easily find themselves in their and their end of the field, and the Dallas ramming it down their throat. So I don't know, man. I would probably scoop something just to have as a backup. I'm surprised you let Cleveland get scooped earlier.
I was thinking about that, but I might. It's just too early. I drafted him. I'm gonna let it rock. I'm in a good position right now. I don't have to drop anybody.
Artie, who are you going with on this pick?
Yeah, I'm gonna sorry, but I'm gonna side with Hugo on this one. I like
It's
his.
all good.
I think his.
Yeah, I have Hugo on my list also.
Yeah.
I have myself because I believe in my team, and I don't see him winning. I think it's gonna be a smackdown again.
Again.
All right. So then let's dive into
Going to mine
SB
with Jones.
Matchup here. All right. So what do we got? We got a quarterback.
We got Herbert and Allen. Hopefully they can better connect this week.
So that's a divisional game for Cleveland against Pittsburgh, and then you've got Herbert against Tennessee. Tennessee is also a tough defense, and that head coach is very defensive minded. I think Watson ultimately is still not 100% in game form, if you will. So I'm giving you the nod there with Herbert. What do you guys think about that? You agree or disagree?
Yeah, I would say that over Titans, especially after Watts. You said what isn't 100?
I just feel like he's still a little rusty, and although he's looking better than he did last season, I don't know.
I will say though, I do like John's wide receiver against mine, St. Brown. I said that before.
Brown against Seattle.
So I think he's a little stronger than Allen right now.
He's got Nakua against San Fran. That's a tough defense.
But what happens when the defense focus on Nakua right now, right? Because they didn't know him, he was a rookie. But 49ers, they don't I don't think they believe in their running game and the Rams running game. They just gotta shut down that receiver, and
that defense is tough, man, no matter how you cut it.
Yeah.
And then who's that? Michael Thomas against Carolina. That could be a big
that could be a good play for him there.
SB's got that stack with Keenan Allen at Tennessee, DJ Moore at Tampa. I don't love that one. And then D-Hop, the Charger.
D-Hop's old too now. It's tough.
This is actually pretty close matchup in my eyes in terms of the wide receiver room specifically. I think I lean towards Calderon here just for his matchups with Brown and Michael Thomas.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
No, I think I lean the other way. I don't believe in his receivers.
Is it the matchup?
Is it Nuka?
The matchup for Nakua. The matchup for Nakua, I don't believe. And I think Michael Thomas he looked great, but I think I need another game to believe it. But even if he does, he's going to be
put up another 8 or 9 points. Still,
if that,
So,
but you need, you know what? That was before the injury, but you need Eckler to be out there. If Eckler's not out there, you're done.
I know. Hopefully Eckler takes his rest this week, doesn't try to irritate that ankle too much.
Oh, man.
And hopefully come game day, I mean,
when I looked it up earlier, I liked I liked your team better to win. But with Eckler.
Are you changing your pick?
I'm not.
And then
I'm taking myself just because I want to win.
You're not going to bet against yourself, right?
Yeah, I can't bet against myself. And I mean, even though John says you can't trust Yahoo, it's predicting me to win. So.
I think Najee Harris, seeing what he did last week and then going against that Cleveland defense, that's a respectable defense. I think that's.
And one thing that we didn't talk about, Aaron Jones might not play.
Is that so? Is he
Yeah,
hurt?
I mean, he didn't
He's
practice
got
today.
Dylan.
There's
He's
a
got
big guy
Dylan.
by his name.
So he was a non-participant in today's report.
Well, what's
We got Dylan.
bench? AJ. All right, he's got the cuff. He's got AJ Dillon.
Yeah, he's good.
But he's not as good though.
He's not, but you got to look at the volume
yeah.
if he's hurt.
Yeah.
I'm because of the injury, because of Najee's prior week, I'm giving John the bump with the running back room.
Yeah, even if Eckler doesn't play, I'm playing Zeke, and that still doesn't strengthen my
say the least.
Well, and Eagles got so many weapons, man, and Goddard, he got a big goose egg last week.
He did, man. He did, and then Kyle Pitts, bro, what a waste of talent. They don't even fucking use him over in LA.
I hope they utilize him this week.
Yeah, that's like a push for me, that tight end matchup.
I like well, I mean, I would say before week 1, I liked Gabe Davis over Juju, but after, Josh Allen's performance, who knows if he can even get to Davis now.
Gabe Davis is that ultimate boom or bust, I feel like.
That's the best way to sum it up. You're right. And then what's up with Juju, man? He's just like not the guy. He's
not. It's just like I said. I have the names. But the talent isn't there anymore.
And then defense wise, he's got New Orleans at Carolina, and you have Buffalo at home. Vegas. What do you guys think about that matchup?
Listen, I think it's a wash.
I think so.
I think if both they're gonna put up like what?
4 points.
8.
I was thinking mid-5, more 4 or 5. They might score on each other.
8 if that. I don't know.
I lean Buffalo. Just being at home, I think that home field advantage is real over there in Buffalo. I don't love Carolina's offense by any means, so I can see New Orleans having a good day. For whatever reason, I'm pulling towards Buffalo with the matchup. My prediction though, I'm going with Calderon with the upset here.
Alrighty.
Well, like I said, I think SB takes this one. I think Keenan Allen and Herb show up and they ball out.
Yeah. All right. So moving on, we have Alex against Ali. So just pulling up that matchup here. Ali's rocking with Mahomes against Jacksonville. Alex got Hurts against Minnesota for tomorrow night's matchup, actually, Thursday night football. What do y'all think about that?
Thursday matchup?
In general, with the quarterback.
Oh.
Let me pull it up. Hold on.
So
listen, I think Jalen Hurts, he's gonna destroy them.
I also go with Hurts here. I mean, Pat Mahomes is still not in like midseason form. He's got Kelsey hurt.
Working with these new receivers now too. Sky Moore didn't help him at all last week.
They've shown that they're beatable ultimately, so hopefully
compared to Hurts, who has his weapons, can throw it and can run, he
they're at home.
He gets more running yards than the running backs most of the time. Yeah, like you said, they're home.
That's a big deal too. I think that home field advantage, and Minnesota defense sucks. So I give the point differential to Alex on that one.
And their running back is hurt. He's got a bruised rib. He might not play. So Jalen Hurts, you best believe he's going to sneak in a touchdown run right there.
He's the ultimate vulture. So that may really, really benefit him. He's also got the stack, Alex does, with A.J. Brown. So that could serve as a very dangerous move there. But Tyreek Hill on the other side with Ali. We saw what he did to SB with 39 points. So what kind of day are we having out of Hill against the Patriots? The Patriots are home there. So factor that in too.
Well, listen, you know what Belichick does, right? He tries to take out your best player.
It's the way number one threat.
So that's a downgrade for Ali right there. Even though he might not completely stop him, but I don't think he's doing that 39-point stuff. So
that might be a nice Jalen Waddle side bet over receptions and touchdowns scored anytime for this week. Just a side note there. Devonta Ali has him going up against Buffalo at Buffalo. Lazard with the Jets going against Dallas. And then on the other side, Alex also has McLaurin, Scary Terry at Denver, Amari Cooper at Pittsburgh. What do you guys, who do you side with in terms of the wide receiver?
what is Ali doing playing Lazard with this man at QB, bro? Let's talk about this right now. This is why I'm picking Alex. I mean, come on.
Yeah, we got Cooper on Cleveland and McLaurin and Lazard. I mean, you don't know anything now with fucking Zach Wilson. You don't know if he can play now or is going to show up.
Yeah, no, I mean, assuming that Tyreek Hill doesn't give you another 39-point scoring fest, I think I'm going with Alex with the wide receiver room. I don't know what he's doing with Lazard. And I actually like Reed on his bench from Green Bay. I think they have a pretty good connection with Jordan Love. I wonder if he's going to sneak him into the lineup sooner to the
he may after this podcast.
Listen, slide me that under the table money, bro. I got you. I'll help you out. Help you out with your roster.
Where you going with Arthur on this pick?
With the running backs?
Yeah,
I'm looking at Alex's team. I think it's just better all around, except the spot with I don't see
running backs is a landslide. Alex has better running backs than Ali does. I think the tight end matchup with Joku at Pittsburgh versus Ingram at Kansas City, I think that's a wash. I think they even themselves out with the points scored. Besides for tight ends being a wasteland this year,
the flex spot's a little iffy on Alex's side.
Is Cook versus Bourne against Miami. And then looking at his bench, I see some other plays that I would probably consider. But defense-wise, Ali has Baltimore at Cincy. Alex has Arizona at home against the Giants. What do you give the nod to for the defenses?
I think I take Arizona on this side.
Dang, huh? You don't see the Giants having a bounce-back week?
I mean, I hope they would after that 40-0 beating you guys took. So, yes, I'm giving you guys some kind of hope, but even so, I still think Arizona is going to be able to hold them down a little bit.
On the other
side, I think it's how healthy is Joe Burrow? Is he going to be able to move around that pocket with that foot?
Yeah.
I don't know how much difference this defense going against each other is going to make, but I think I like the
looking at it that way. Actually, you know what? I think I go Baltimore.
I think I like Baltimore better.
Yeah, Baltimore is definitely better than
they certainly have
Giants.
Much better defense, players, and talent wise. Since he's at home though, so I don't know. You think you're gonna see the same Joe Burrow and the same style of play that they had last week? Like, yes, if he's hurt, okay, but they're saying that he's not really that hurt. So I mean, coaches say things all the time, though. I know that. So we'll see what happens. There's no backup plan for defenses for either of these ones, so they're gonna let it rock. So, So my prediction, I don't know, I forget if I even said it. I'm going with Alex getting the victory here. What do you?
Yeah, I'm going with Alex as well. I don't think. I don't think Hill's going to have another 40-point week either.
And Ali's looking to leave Breece Hall on the bench again.
That's interesting. Seeing how he played last week, how do you leave that?
But you know what? Dallas matchup. So I don't know. Maybe he's on to something, but
reservations, huh?
Maybe, yeah.
All right, so that pick is in. Let's move over to Mario versus Emma for the week. So
scrub matchup.
Battle of the blue collars here.
Yeah. Battle of the Murphs.
We're looking at Tua. Mario's Tua at New England, and Danny has Lamar Jackson at Cincy. So I can't say those are easy matchups for either of the quarterbacks. If I had to pick, I'm going with Lamar Jackson getting the nod in this one.
Yeah, I think I'm going Lamar. He can't have another 8-9 point week again.
Yeah.
He'll definitely try to run the ball more this week, if anything, try to get those points up for him. So yeah, going Jackson.
I don't know. I like Tua there.
Even against Bill Belichick and the Patriots at home.
He's got other weapons, man. And his coach is a genius with the offense. But
what was he got? Brian Flores or whatever? No, that's not him, right?
No, it's
McDaniel. Never mind.
Yeah, McDaniel. So I don't know. I mean, only because Lamar Jackson and that Cincy game divisional is going to be tight. It's going to be grimy.
I really wish I was wearing sunglasses because Mario's wide receiver room is just blinding me with how bad it is. What am I looking at right now?
It's bad.
I have to squint to look at it.
It's bad. It's bad. It's not good.
They're not even worthy of me saying their name. So wide receiver room goes to Emma. He's got
Ayuk alone takes them all down.
Yeah, honestly.
And Emma's not that great either. My man's starting Reynolds right there. So
Mike Reynolds?
Yeah.
I had him last year.
Josh Reynolds.
Josh Reynolds.
He's not consistent, bro. You're gonna learn that. He's gonna be back in free agency in a couple weeks. Book it.
And you got Mike Williams that,
Didn't he get hurt already?
I thought he left the game, right?
Yeah, I think he came back, but already he's getting hurt, so it's only a matter of time. But yeah, ultimately, I think Ayuk is better than Mario's entire wide receiver room. Other than Pickens. Pickens is hiding there at the bottom at the flex, but I still give it to Emma.
Yeah, I mean, only way Mario wins if his running backs ball out.
He's got ETN against Kansas City and Mixon against Baltimore. And then Emma's got Henry against the Chargers, DeAndre Swift against Minnesota. Yikes.
Well, DeAndre Swift might get more snaps since the other dude might not play. So that might be a good play.
Yeah, I think I don't know, man. I'll believe it when I see it with Swift. And I'm a big ETN guy, and I think Mixon has a better week. So I'm actually giving the nod to Mario for the running back room. And then we look at the tight end matchup. He's got Juwan Johnson at Carolina, and then Emma's got George Kittle against the Rams. Fucking brutal matchup for Kittle. I'm actually giving the nod to Johnson on this one. I think he can easily have a better performance than what Kittle's going to do against that Rams defense. What do you guys think?
I'm thinking Kittle over Johnson.
Yeah.
Listen, I think Kittle's a threat to score anytime with that offense, and I don't know, man. I think I like Kittle too.
Yeah. And then defense-wise, Cleveland, who Mario just picked up against Pittsburgh at Pittsburgh. And then Emma has Miami defense against New England. Yeah, I give New England. I'm sorry, I give Emma the nod there on defense. I don't think New England is scary.
I like his flex spot too, Jacobs.
But how legit is the Cleveland defense? Is it because of the rain? Is it because of the?
It's a good point.
Kenny Pickett is not good. At least he wasn't good the first game. We'll see. So
I forgot that Mario picked up Shaheed, so I wonder if he just didn't put him in the starting lineup at wide receiver yet. I don't know if that changes anything for you guys. For me, it really doesn't.
Is Kelsey practicing? I
haven't read anything.
I don't think Mario said his lineup
he is
at
back
all.
He is back at practice. He's limited though.
Interesting.
So this may change, but as we see it right now, I'm giving it to Emma because but he may not have set up his lineup. You called it. Maybe that's the thing.
Even so, even if he does change that one player, I don't think that changes much out of it. So I'm going Emma on this one too.
As of today, as of right now in this podcast, I'm also going with Emma.
As of right this second.
Fucking lineups before these podcast assholes. And then last matchup of the night is Palm going up against Andre. So pulling that up, Palm has Josh Allen against Las Vegas. And finally, we get to Joe Burrow. Andre has him going up against Baltimore. So now we discuss what you guys think Burrow has another subpar under 10-point performance?
Or do they have a turnaround week where they both perform and they're putting up 25 each,
Josh Allen, after 3 interceptions, he's getting his ass chewed out No,
Yeah, hell yeah, he's not gonna do that
Las
again.
Vegas defense is not scary by any means. I
Yeah,
see,
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yep.
and they're at home, so I'm giving Allen the Palm gets the nod at quarterback there for me.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Wide receiver wise, Palm has Justin Jefferson at Philly, Debo Samuel at the Rams, Godwin home against Chicago, and Andre has Garrett Wilson at Dallas, T. Higgins home against Baltimore, and Mike Evans against Chicago. Me personally, I'm giving the nod to Palm as well there, just because of the matchups, honestly, that Andre has at wide receiver.
Yeah, I'm going Palm on the wide receiver too. I mean, Garrett Wilson, like I said, is Garrett Wilson, but right now you can't really trust him. And Palm's wide receiver line looks a lot better than Dre's right now.
Listen, you can't. JJ is the guy, but how good is defense corners? I mean, the Eagles corners. You think he's gonna put up numbers on Thursday night? And Kirk Cousins, man, you know Kirk on prime. He loves to let people down. So I don't know about JJ putting up a lot of points. So that's something to watch, and that's why I think I like Dre's a little bit more.
Wow. Even with Wilson without Rodgers.
No. Okay, JJ will still take Wilson, but it's not. Well, I think Wilson's still gonna get his. Maybe, I think he's that guy. He's that. You saw that catch. You can't deny it.
Yeah.
Evans Godwin's good matchup right there. That's a.
But so who's it going to be? Is it going to be Godwin or Evans? Because they're both.
That's why I like Palms more, because I think Godwin's just gonna be able to get the ball more, other than Evans.
Well, then it comes down to the Rams defense with Debo and then Higgins. What Higgins are going to see against Baltimore? Baltimore also has a good secondary, so actually, I think it'll be a closer matchup at the wide receiver room than we are just taking face value for. But
yeah, definitely.
I think that wide receiver is going to be even. And then the difference is the running backs. I don't believe in Pierce at all and Montgomery.
Yeah, no, definitely taking Dre on the running back side. We got Barkley, obviously he's the workhorse there, and Pacheco should be, carrying more now.
I second you, Kev. I'm giving the nod there for Andre with the running backs. I think
Barkley's gonna have a monster game.
It's a must-win game for the Giants, seeing what their schedule is the next coming week. So I think they're putting all their chips in. Arizona's pretty much willingly trying to lose these games, so I really don't see him having a bad day as long as he can stay healthy. And then at tight end, we have Higbee going against San Fran for Palm, and then Andre has Big Hawk at Philly.
Higbee would probably get them more points, but I just like Hawkinson, so I'd probably lean towards Hawkinson.
I think I like Hawkinson too, man. I think like I said, I think they're gonna be tough on JJ all day. They're gonna give JJ a hard time, even though he's the supreme talent. But I think Hawk is gonna get the end zones if Kirk gets there.
I lean Hawkinson too, honestly, with that pick. And then at flex, Palm has Waddle, who I already told was a really good play this week, with the focus likely being on Hill going up against Andres Romeo Dobbs. I give the nod to Palm there. Defense-wise, Dallas against the Jets, while Andre has Philly against Minnesota. I'm going
Philly there.
I want to say Philly, but then knowing Zach Wilson's the quarterback for the Jets, I'm going to actually give the nod back to Palm. Ultimately, I think Palm's team is too good. I think he dismantles Andre, so that's my pick.
Yeah, I think I'm
taking Palm.
Look for upset of the week right here.
Wow.
You think so? You think Dre's gonna take it?
I think Dre's gonna pull this one out of his ass and gonna win.
I hope so. Palm will never hear the end of it. I know that much.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. We'll definitely have to do Instagram karaoke on that bet.
But no, I'm taking Palm on that pick though still. But good luck, Dre.
All right, guys. I gotta log off. This was a great podcast, great episode. I appreciate you guys joining me. And we'll keep this thing going forward. All right.
Go, Joe.
Yeah, we'll do it again next week.
All right. Later.
Eat shit, y'all.